Alright, so move on to the next segment. I'll be sharing my fight prediction for this weekend's fight taking place in the sport of boxing between Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. So the trilogy is here in women's boxing. We'll be seeing the trilogy between Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, where Katie Taylor will be defending her undisputed super lightweight titles against Amanda Serrano this weekend in the sport of boxing. So these are the following storylines I have heading into this fight. Starting off with the first storyline, can Katie Taylor defeat Amanda Serrano for a third time in a row? And honestly, that would be huge for Katie Taylor's resume, but I do believe in the first two fights how close these fights were. I do believe that Amanda Serrano won both the first fight and the second fight. She was robbed. Now, it's very controversial of who you believe won the first fight. And if anybody out there believes Katie Taylor won the first fight, I don't blame you. It was very close. But I thought Amanda Serrano won the first fight. Then the second fight, I don't care what anybody says. This was easily a robbery. And I'll get into how that fight played out and what I'm going to say for Amanda Serrano's game plans. But the second fight was truly a robbery. I don't know what these referees saw in Dallas, Texas that night on the Jake Paul Mike Tyson card, because how can somebody lose by unanimous decision when Amanda Serrano outlanded Katie Taylor by 100 punches? Especially with that point deduction that she got in the later half of the fight for continuously headbutting Amanda Serrano. So, hey, however you guys think about it, I'm standing on that. That second fight, Amanda Serrano definitely should have won. But it's going to be interesting because if Katie Taylor can, in the record books, defeat Amanda Serrano for a third time, you have to say she's the greatest of all time, right? I know Clarissa Shields is out there, but the names that Katie Taylor has defeated, this would be Amanda Serrano for a third time if she could do it. Chantel Cameron, Natasha Jones, Delphine Persoon, and several others. Two-time undisputed champion. We got to say, facts is facts, if she could defeat Amanda Serrano this weekend in the sport of boxing. Now, another storyline is, can Amanda Serrano finally defeat her kryptonite? Amanda Serrano, if she can finally defeat her kryptonite and Katie Taylor at 140, she would actually tie an all-time record for the most Division World Championship wins in boxing history. She's already at 7. She would tie the all-time record at 8 Division World Championships won by the legend Manny Pacquiao, that holds the all-time record in male or female boxing. And Amanda Serrano has already done this 7 times. She's climbing up again to 140 once again. This would be crazy if she could become a 2-time undisputed champion, climbing up all the way to 140 to defeat Katie Taylor for the titles. Now, let's get into the tail of the tape here. Starting up with the challenger, Amanda Serrano. Amanda Serrano has 47 victories, 3 losses, 1 draw to her resume. She has 31 victories come away of knockout. Currently, the unified featherweight champion stands at 5'5" with a reach of 65 inches. Then going to the champion, Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor is 24-1. 24 victories, 1 loss, 6 victories come away of knockout. Currently, the reigning, defending, undisputed super lightweight champion stands at 5'5" with a reach of 66 inches. Now, these ladies have fought twice, and I don't think it really matters in the height or the reach advantage, because we know these women are coming full force to each other, bringing the fight for another damn 10 rounds of pure boxing. So let's get into the game plans that I have for these women to follow if they want to walk out of New York, Madison Square Garden with those undisputed super lightweight titles. Start off with the champion, Katie Taylor. I think it's going to be important for Katie Taylor to fight in different angles, different lateral movements for this fight. Use her impressive footwork. One of the reasons why she is one of the greatest women's boxers of all time is her tremendous footwork, how she's able to fight in different lateral movements. And I think she should do that against Amanda Serrano in this fight. It'll be just like the first couple fights, a cat and mouse game, Tom and Jerry. And not saying that in a way that Turkey Al-Sheikh doesn't like of Tom and Jerry boxing, but in a way, Amanda Serrano does, in the first half of fights, does walk down and chase down Katie Taylor. And then in the second half, the game plan changes for Katie Taylor all the time in the first 2 fights. But you will see Amanda Serrano hunting down Katie Taylor. So she's going to have to fight in different lateral movements. Fighting off the back foot is not going to be ideal for her the entire fight, and that could lead to Katie Taylor getting in a world of trouble. So fighting in different lateral movements is going to be very impressive, or very important for Katie Taylor to follow in this fight against Amanda Serrano. And if she could do that, also she could capitalize on the mistakes that Amanda Serrano could have by trying to throw punches at Katie Taylor in this fight. Now, next, I think Katie Taylor needs to win the counterpunching battle. Now, again, for the people that do believe that Katie Taylor won the first fight and the second fight, very controversial, debatable, but the counterpunching is one of the reasons why that people out there do believe that Amanda Serrano did lose the first two fights is because the counterpunching skills that Katie Taylor has, landing some cleaner shots at times in exchanges, and she's incredible when she does let her hands fly. She doesn't have the knockout power, but she does have the combinations in the hands to make her opponents feel frustrated and to throw them off of their game plan. And the first fights, at times, Katie Taylor did look faster than Amanda Serrano in the counterpunching category. And the mistake that I see Amanda Serrano, she's one hell of a fighter, and she's tough as nails being a Puerto Rican fighter, but one thing for sure about Amanda Serrano is a mistake I will say. She does make a mistake dropping her head down and being open. When she drops her head down, she's open to shots being hit in the face and the head and taking some brutal shots. And she does have one hell of a chin. So I think Katie Taylor should capitalize on that. And last but not least, dig deep in the second half of fights. Again, for the people that do believe that Katie Taylor won the first two fights, it's because of her grit and determination that she has shown in the first two fights and the second half of fights. She is someone that can get a second win in that boxing ring, that dig down deep. She knows what it's like to be in the championship rounds. And Katie Taylor has always found a way to do that, and she digs down deep in the second half. That's when you see the best version of Katie Taylor come out when she fights Amanda Serrano in the second half of fight. She digs down deep. She can tap into another gear and let her full boxing arsenal, full boxing toolbox be on full display. And this is what really wows the judges, when she can land some clean punches in the second half of the fight to try to tire out Amanda Serrano. So those are the game plans that I have for Katie Taylor. Now let's get into the challenger, Amanda Serrano. I think Amanda Serrano should establish her power. Now, Amanda Serrano packs a punch, and she is like the woman that can translate her power up and down divisions in women's boxing, just like Manny Pacquiao did in his prime days. And her power has moved up and translated to 140 in the second fight. We saw that when Amanda Serrano through rounds 1 and 4 was actually wobbling Katie Taylor, hurting Katie Taylor, establishing her power and her will on Katie Taylor, landing some ferocious shots. And I'm going to stand on business. If that accidental headbutt didn't happen, I think Amanda Serrano will at least drop Katie Taylor in that second fight. And the power was just too much for her. You could see Katie Taylor was breathing out of her mouth. She was in discomfort. She didn't know really what to do. And Amanda Serrano, if she fights like that in the third fight, establishing the power and going at will, this could be a world of trouble for Katie Taylor. So I think she should do that, landing punches and flurries and establishing her power. Next, I think she should walk down Katie Taylor. Like I just said, it's going to be a cat and mouse game, but Amanda Serrano should be the dictator and put her foot down offensively and just drive down at Katie Taylor. Put her foot down and just walk her down as much as she can in this fight. And she's comfortable when she actually can press forward and walk her opponents down. And when she's in control of the fight, this is her best that we see her look in the ring, when she could walk her opponents down and be comfortable offensively and have Katie Taylor box off the back foot. Plus, cutting off the ring, putting the pressure on Katie Taylor and putting her on the ropes was an issue that Katie Taylor had at a lot of times in the first fight and the second fight. So I think Amanda Serrano should try to press up Katie Taylor on the ropes, try to go upstairs, downstairs, slow her down to the body, landing some punches and flurries. I think this could be a pivotal game plan for Amanda Serrano to follow. And last but not least, I think Amanda Serrano's gonna have to be patient. Now, if Amanda Serrano could be patient and not let any emotions get to her, because tensions are going to be running high. She wants to win this fight. She's desperate to win this fight. This could be the last time we see this fight, because Katie Taylor is nearly 40. Amanda Serrano is nearly 40. They don't have much time left in the ring. Both of these respective women don't. So tensions are running high. Cannot get emotional. Stick to the game plan for 10 rounds of boxing. Do not fall for the mind games that Katie Taylor could possibly play, trying to get into the clinch. I hope we don't see headbutts. I want a clean fight, no excuses on both ends for this fight. But if I'm calling it a spade, you should be avoiding fighting in the clinch and getting out of scenarios where you could accidentally, not even Katie Taylor, but Amanda Serrano could accidentally headbutt Katie Taylor. Because there was over 4 headbutts in that fight. in the second fight. So I think this is going to be a special fight. Those are the following game plans that I have for these respective women to follow. But with that being said, I'm going to go with Amanda Serrano to defeat Katie Taylor by decision to become the new undisputed super lightweight champion in women's boxing. I respect what these women have done. I think Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano are first ballot boxing Hall of Famers. They're two all-time greats in women's boxing. What they've done for the sport has been tremendous. But the first two fights have been classics. I just hope this third fight can be as special as the first fight and second fight. And there's some of the greatest fights that I've ever seen of all time. I think Amanda will finally get her revenge against Katie Taylor here, though the first fight was very debatable. Whoever you thought won, I think Amanda won the first fight. Very close fight. I scored that first fight 95-94, but then the second fight was a clear robbery. I don't give a damn what you guys say. And Amanda Serrano outlanded Katie Taylor by 117 punches. And she had a higher percentage of punches landed in the second fight. I scored that fight 96-93 in favor of Amanda Serrano. But for this third fight, I think Amanda Serrano is going to establish her power. She showed that her power can translate up to 140. She's the woman's version of Manny Pacquiao, being able to translate her power up and down weight classes. She's a 7-division world champion, trying to become an 8-division world champion. She's going to walk down Katie Taylor, cut the ring off, land powerful punches, land punches and flurries, and use her boxing skills to finally defeat her kryptonite in Katie Taylor to become a 2-time undisputed champion in women's boxing. So this is going to be a fun fight. I think a lot of fireworks are going to be here. Emotions are going to be running high. May the best woman win. And this win is going to be very pivotal for both of these respective women on their legacies when we look back at their all-time careers. But those are my thoughts on Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. That is my fight prediction for this weekend's fight taking place in women's boxing.